Happy Thursday, boys and girls. It's Miss Morton. Today we're just going to read a fun story that Miss Morton likes. It's called Snail Crossing. One lucky day, Snail was out scooting around when he saw the most beautiful sight. There's Snail. You can see his path where he was coming from. Look at his eyes. He got super excited. I wonder what he saw. A field of plump, crisp cabbage just across the road. Well, you won't stop me, said Snail to the road. Even though Snail's super tiny and that's a super big road, he's gonna try and cross it to get to that field of cabbage over there. Said, "You're not gonna get in my way, road." Snail had been traveling for some time when he decided to take a break. Why, I must be nearly there, thought Snail. Has he traveled very far? Doesn't look like that, but for a tiny snail, that's a long way. But he still has a long ways to go, doesn't he? It's gonna take him a while. He was watching the grumbling gray clouds when he felt something coming his way. What it was, Snail couldn't say. Some things are too big and fast for snails to ponder. Well, you won't stop me, said Snail to the thing. Snail was cabbage bound. Nothing could stand in his way. What was it that he felt coming? A vehicle, right? It went right over him. Hey, you're standing in our way. We've got a road to cross here, yelled a troop of rowdy ants. And they probably would have carried on like that if it hadn't started to rain. Look, all those ants are yelling at Snail because they're in his way. But it's starting to rain. Uh-oh. Rain, cried the ants. Help, help, help! Cabbage bound or not, Snail couldn't just leave them there. Come in, said Snail. Come in before you drown. So Snail went into his shell and he invited the ants to go inside so they wouldn't drown. Tea? asked Snail. Oh, please. Thank you. That would be lovely, said the ants. Click. It's pretty dark in there, huh? We're sorry about earlier. Terribly sorry. Sometimes we get a bit antsy, said the ants. Oh, I know the feeling, said Snail, and he told them all about the plump, crisp cabbage just across the road. Said the ants. There they are in Snail's house, inside of his shell. He's got a cozy looking house. When the rain stopped, the ants said thank you, thank you, thank you, and goodbye. Well, I hope you'll come back soon, said Snail. Count on it, said the ants, and off they went. Now, where was I? asked Snail to himself. Ah, yes. Snail was cabbage bound. Nothing could stand in his way. All right, he's getting ready to get going again. Snail was scooting right along when he noticed something standing in his way. Lunch, said the hungry crow. Well, you won't eat me, said Snail. Can't you see I'm cabbage bound? Invasive maneuvers, invasive maneuvers. He's trying to hide from the crow that wants to eat him. So he's trying to trick the crow. And just like that, the hungry crow was gone. Honk, honk. Snail was very relieved but a little dizzy from all that spinning. Cabbage bound, I'm cabbage bound, head in the clouds, foot on the ground. He's singing to himself. But what do we notice? Is he heading towards the cabbages now? Or is he heading back the way he came? I think he's heading back the way he came. It's not gonna be very good. Snail scooted and scooted and scooted and hooray! said Snail. I made it. But where was the cabbage? He made it there, but now he's confused. Well, shoot, said Snail. He realized he went back on the wrong side of the road, and the cabbages were still all the way over there. And that was such a long journey for him. But what was that on the horizon? Could it be? It was. The cabbage was coming to Snail. There it got close. What do you think's making the cabbage come to him? Hooray, said Snail. Who's carrying the cabbage? The ants. Snail bound, we're snail bound. Like they were singing as they were carrying the cabbage. They were being good friends, weren't they? They were being very kind. Thank you, he said to the ants. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then the new friends went inside for cabbage soup and tea, and no one felt antsy at all. The end. All right. Let's review what our cutting and gluing skills. Where does our thumb go with our scissors? In the top circle, right? And down here in this big open one is where our other fingers go, correct? And we cut away from ourselves. When we're using glue, do we use glue raindrops or glue puddles? Glue puddles. When we use a glue stick, do we twist it all the way up so we could break it off, or do we just need a little bit of glue? Just a little bit of glue. We don't need a whole lot of glue stick. All right, I want to talk to you about independence again. I know last week we talked about what it means to be independent, and that means things you can do all by yourself. So if you can do something independently, you can do it all by yourself. And we read Duck on a Bike, and we talked about how Duck learned how to ride the bike independently, correct? Yeah. So I want you to find an adult, and I want you to tell them 2 things that you can do independently. Once you do that, I want you to have mom or dad send a dojo message or a Google message to your teacher and tell them what you said you could do all by yourself. All right, have a good day.